All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive.
Always ready to jump in.
Today, we're taking a whirlwind tour of recent global events, really hitting the highlights. And let me tell you, there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, it seems like the world's been spinning extra fast lately.
We've got hostage situations, Nobel Prize winners making headlines, corporate shakeups, even some international intrigue brewing. It's a lot to cover, so buckle up.
That's the thing, though, right? You look at all these different events, and sometimes it's hard to see the connections, but they're there, often in ways we don't initially realize.
Exactly. So that's our mission today. Let's find those connections, see how these pieces fit together. Where should we start? I know. Let's head straight to Gaza. The situation with Hamas and the hostages is really intensifying. There are reports that Hamas is threatening to, well, kill hostages if Israel attempts another rescue operation.
Yeah, that threat is a direct response to the Nusrat camp operation back in June.
Right, where Israel managed to free 4 hostages.
Exactly. Hamas is trying to make any future rescue attempts impossible. It's upping the ante, putting any potential mission in incredibly dangerous territory.
So what are the options here? I mean, does this essentially force Israel's hand?
It could. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place. On one hand, they can't just stand by while their citizens are held captive. But on the other, any rescue attempt now carries the enormous risk of triggering a massacre. It's a heartbreaking situation.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's shift gears a bit. Moving from a story of rising tension to one that's a bit more hopeful, maybe. Narges Mohammadi, remember her?
The Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Yeah, she's been imprisoned in Iran since 2021. Well, she's been temporarily released.
That's right. She's undergoing surgery for a suspected cancer diagnosis. But, it's important to remember the charges against her. Colluding against the state, spreading propaganda.
So this release, is it purely for humanitarian reasons, or could there be something else going on?
Well, it's hard to say for sure. I mean, obviously, her health is a major factor. But it also throws a spotlight on the complexities of Iran's internal politics. Mohammadi is a powerful symbol for human rights activists, so even this temporary release, it could be a strategic move by the Iranian government, maybe a way to appease international pressure.
It'll be interesting to see what happens when she recovers. All right, turning now to a story that really shook me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Brian Thompson, the CEO of UnitedHealth's insurance unit, he was shot and killed.
Yeah, outside a Hilton Hotel in Manhattan, just awful.
And the details are still so murky.
Right. All we know is that the gunman was seemingly lying in wait and fired multiple shots. The fact that it appears targeted with no clear motive yet, that's what's so disturbing.
It's just a stark reminder of how fragile things can be.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of unsettling news, the corporate world's got its own share of drama unfolding. Cargill, the agricultural giant.
Oh, yeah, they're huge.
Well, they're planning major layoffs, 5% of their global workforce.
I saw that. It's a direct response to their declining profits. They're trying to streamline, become more efficient. But layoffs on that scale from a company like Cargill, it's going to have a ripple effect.
Absolutely.
We're talking potential impact on food prices, livelihoods of thousands of families. Even the stability of global food supply chains could be affected.
It's a sobering reminder that decisions made in corporate boardrooms, they can have a global impact. Okay, last stop on our whirlwind tour takes us back to the Middle East. Tensions are flaring again between Israel and Hezbollah. Israel has confirmed that they killed Salman Nemerjama, a high-ranking Hezbollah official.
And the location of the strike is significant too, Damascus. So not even on Israeli soil.
That's a major escalation, isn't it?
Absolutely. And this comes after Israel targeted intelligence assets near Damascus just last month. There were even reports that Hezbollah denied sending fighters to support the Syrian government.
Right, trying to downplay their involvement.
Exactly. So the fact that Israel is willing to take out such a prominent Hezbollah figure in another country's capital, no less, it's a big statement. It suggests a real hardening of Israel's stance. And, well, it could very easily provoke a response from Hezbollah.
And that could draw the entire region deeper into conflict. So yeah, we've just covered a lot of pretty heavy news. It can feel a bit overwhelming,
It definitely can, but that's why it's so important to engage with it, to really dive deeper. We can't just let the headlines wash over us.
Exactly.
We need to ask questions, be critical of the information we're getting, try to understand the different perspectives and the bigger forces at play.
So as you go about your day, as you encounter these stories and others, maybe think about this. How could these seemingly distant events, even the ones that seem small, how could they affect your life in ways you don't expect down the line?
It's all connected.
It really is. And understanding those connections, That's what gives us power.
Absolutely.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and keep asking questions.
And we'll be back to dive into more global events soon.